Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a beginner friendly tutorial on how to install a 5x5 closure wig. You will need a coloring bowl, 1 to 2 coloring brushes, and 2 hair clips. You will also need wig caps. I purchased 4, 2 dark brown wig caps and 2 nude wig caps. Here we have the 40 volume developer by the brand Superstar, which will be used to bleach my knots. And then I'm also going to show you guys the jet black hair dye that I purchased from the brand Kiss. And this is the brand of bleach that we will be using to bleach the knots. And next we have the Shimmer Lights conditioner and the slanted tweezers. So when you're bleaching your hair or bleaching the knots of a closure, you always want to make sure to put on some gloves so that way if bleach does get on your hand, you don't get burnt or anything like that. So now I'm about to go in with the bleach and the 40 volume developer, and I'm going to put it in the mixing bowl. So right here I'm just opening up the bleach and I'm pouring it in the mixing bowl, and then I'm going to go in with the 40 volume developer and pour that in as well. Now I'm just mixing the bleach and the developer until I get a pasty consistency. You don't want the mixture to be too slimy or too thick, so you may have to play around with it and add more developer if needed or more bleach if needed. You'll know your mixture is ready once it doesn't easily fall off of the brush. Okay, so now it's time to get to business. So right here, I'm showing you guys the closure, and I'm just tucking the hair away so that once I'm bleaching the knots, my hair is not in the way. Okay, so now I'm just applying the bleach to the knots, and you want to apply this with a light hand. You don't want to be heavy-handed with this because you can overprocess the closure fast if you do so. Okay, so I'm finished putting the bleach on the knots. So I'm just showing you guys that. Okay, and now I'm gonna set my timer for 5 minutes. I set it for 5 minutes at first because I just wanted to make sure that I didn't put too much. This was my first time, so I was just checking gradually throughout the 5 minutes to make sure that everything was processing correctly. And right here, I text my friend Abby and I was like, girl, am I doing this right? Is this how it's supposed to look? And she was like, girl, don't worry, you're fine, okay? So I'm just showing you guys that. And here I'm texting her back like, yeah, girl, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. Okay, so I went in after the 5 minutes was up. I went in and set the timer for another 15 minutes, but I only left the bleach on for another 8 minutes because, as you guys can see, the roots started to turn pretty quickly, and I didn't want to over bleach it, but I think I ended up over bleaching it, honestly. But that's okay because at the end of the video, I show you guys how to fix that. Okay, so now I'm just rinsing out the bleach with some warm water, making sure that I get underneath the closure and on top of the closure. See, I'm flipping it around now and I'm getting the top, and that's how it looks after I finish rinsing out all of the bleach. So now I'm going in with the Shimmer Lights conditioner, which will be used to neutralize the brassiness of the closure. So that purple tone is gonna neutralize everything and make it so that the closure is not so orangey. So here I'm just rinsing it. I'm not rinsing it, I'm just rubbing it in, getting it all throughout the closure. I'm showing you guys, I'm just rubbing it in, rubbing it in. And I let that sit for 5 minutes. And after I rinsed it out, here's how the closure looks, giving very much scalpiana. So next I went in with the Kiss Express hair dye and I dyed my hair, but I didn't show you guys that. And now I'm just straightening out my part, and I'm going in and separating the baby hairs from the rest of the closure. Oh, not the closure, the rest of the hairline. So I'm doing this because I'm getting ready to pluck the hairline. So I'm just separating the baby hairs from the rest. And I learned this technique from Pink Danielle. So make sure you guys go check her YouTube channel out. Okay, so now for the hardest part of this tutorial, it's time to pluck the hairline. So I'm going in and I'm just wetting my finger and I'm applying some water to the hairline so that when I go in to pluck the hairline, it'll be easier for the hair to come out. And I learned this technique from Pink Danielle, of course. She helped me, honestly, she helped me throughout this whole process. But I'm just going in, I'm wetting the hairline, I'm separating it, and I'm plucking at a slanted angle. And you never want to pluck in the same spot. You always want to pluck and move to a different spot. Pluck and move, because you don't want to over pluck one part of the closure and the next thing you know you have a bald spot. So you just pluck and move, and never go too close to the middle part. Always stay at least an inch away from your middle part. So now I'm going in with the hot comb and I'm just flattening out the closure just to see what the hairline is looking like and to see if I need to pluck a little bit more, but it was good with me. Okay, so we're finally about to install the wig. So I'm showing you my braids. I have about 10 braids in my hair, and I'm going in with this edge control and I'm just putting it on my edges and slicking it back with a baby hair brush. So that way it's not in the way, and I'm doing it to the other side as well. Okay, so then I'm gonna go in with this Ruby Kisses cream concealer and I'm gonna apply that with a beauty blender to the middle section of my wig cap. Okay, and I was just checking to see if it got on my hair. So now I'm finally putting on the wig and I'm checking it out, seeing how it looks. Do I need to fix anything, add more makeup? And now I'm going in and I'm clipping it and I'm just measuring it to my head. Okay, so now I'm going in with the alcohol pad and I'm just taking off all the excess oil on my forehead, and I'm going in with the olive oil wig grip gel and I'm applying that to my forehead. Okay. And you want to make sure that this gel is tacky before you go and pull down the closure. So I'm just fanning it off and now I'm pulling it down. And I'm going in with my comb and I'm just pushing it in. I'm pushing the product in. And you want to do all of this before you cut off the lace, okay? Make sure that the wig is secured before you cut off the lace. And I'm going in and I'm adding a little bit more. And now I'm going in with my blow dryer on a cool setting. And I'm just drying up that product, okay? And this product can get white, so you have to be careful. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and cut about 4 to 5 slits on the lace. That way it'll be easier for me to cut it and I can cut piece by piece. So I'm going in with my razor and I'm just cutting piece by piece. And then I went in with the scissor to cut off the extra lace that was left that I did not want to show. Okay, so now it's time to do the baby hairs. Now this part is very tedious and you have to take your time. Don't get annoyed with yourself. Just be patient and take your time and make sure you do your baby hairs how you like them. So I'm going in and I'm parting out this section, and I'm hot combing it down so that it won't get caught with the rest of the hair. And I'm just gonna hot comb it again. So now I'm playing with the baby hairs to see how it may look. And now I'm doing the same thing to the other side. Just making sure I got the right amount of hairs out that I want to use. And I'm hot combing that down as well and clipping the rest of the hair to the back. Okay, so now we're cutting the baby hairs. You always want to start off by cutting long baby hairs and then gradually get shorter. You never want to start off short, because once you cut off too much, there's no going back. So now I'm just going in with my mini flat iron and I'm curling my baby hairs up to give it that fluffy baby hair look. But now it's giving very much Cindy Lou from The Grinch, okay? And please purchase a wax stick, because this will have your hair laid to the gods, believe me. Hey y'all, so it's a week later and I just wanted to come on here and give you guys the end result of how my hair came out. Okay, so we got the middle part, we got the swoop baby hairs, and then I got the swoop in the middle, and then I got the swoops on the side. So it came out really nice, but there is something that I want to fix. I want to fix my part. So as you guys can see, I do have on a brown cap underneath, but as you guys can see, it's not as straight as I want it to be. It's not as crisp. The line does look a little thick, and that's because when I bleached the knots, I think that I over bleached them just a little bit, so it did get on some of the hair. It got on the root of some of my hair, so I just wanted to go in and fix that. I want to give it a more crispy, more defined look. So I did go to the beauty supply store and I purchased this Kiss Colors Quick Cover Root Touch Up in natural black. Okay, and it says shake well until you hear the clicking sound. So shook it up, so that should be good. And I shook it like twice before this. I've seen people put the end of their comb right in the center of their hair, and then they'll go in and just spray the part so that whatever is not covered by the comb will get the dye. But are you guys feeling my hair though? I think I did a pretty good job. This is a 5x5 closure. I plucked it, as you guys seen at the beginning of the video. I dyed my hair black, and I want to dye it again because I feel like it didn't get as black as it could, but that's just how I feel about it. And now I'm just going in and touching it up, but I love it. I take the wig off at night and I put it back on in the morning, and I just spray it down with the Got To Be Free spray, and it works perfectly fine. It's more crisp, it's more defined, and you can't see, like, it's no blonde at the root of the hair, because that's what it was looking like before. It was blonde at the root, and I wasn't really feeling that vibe. So I'm gonna go in and do it a little bit more in the front, and I'm gonna just put that at the tip. Okay. Ma, come here. Let's see what she gotta say. How it look? It look better?
It don't look as thick.
But it's not like brown at the tips, right? You know how it was like a little bit light at the top? It's not like that no more. It look better now?
It look more natural.
Okay, y'all heard it here first. It look more natural. So yeah. And then if you want at this point, you could go in. If you want at this point, you could go in with the slanted angle brush and use your concealer and just, you know, sharpen up the part a little bit more. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I might not. Cause like my mom said, it does look more natural this way. I'm just going in and defining the part a little bit more. You know, making sure it's straight. But I'll probably go in with a little bit of concealer. I don't have a slanted angle brush, so I don't know. I might just leave it like this. I ain't even gonna hold you. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna just brush it out one more time. And this is the finishing touches. Okay, you guys, so that is the end of this video. And just to sum up everything that I mentioned throughout the video, this hair is from UNice hair. It's a 5x5 closure, 22 inches. Before purchasing this wig, I did not know the size of my head. I didn't know the circumference of my head. So in order to figure that out before I even purchased the wig, I used this measuring tape. It's bendable, it's flexible, and you could just, and you wrap it around the circumference of your head, and then you measure your head to see what the circumference is. So that's what I did, just to make sure that before even purchasing the wig, the circumference of my head matched the circumference of the wig that I was buying, so that I know that it will fit my head. I plucked it, I plucked the wig, I bleached the knots, I dyed the hair, and as you guys just seen, I fixed up the roots so that, you know, so that if you did over bleach your knots, you can just go back in and fix it. So I just wanted to show you guys that. And when I touch it, it's dry, like it's not wet, it's not all over the place. This is a vibe, so I'm feeling it. And like I also mentioned, if you want to go in and define your middle part even more, you can go in with an angled brush and use your concealer and just define the part. But for right now, I'm gonna leave it like this because it looks fine to me, okay? Okay, so if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Comment, share, subscribe, turn on that post notification so that you guys can be updated and alerted every single time your girl posts a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one.